So what advice do you have for somebody who's going into a second generation restaurant? Things to consider, things that maybe you didn't consider that you wish you had.
Well, I mean, it's always a surprise. There are things that work, some things that don't work. Cleaning, a lot of cleaning.
When you say things that work, you're talking about like actual physical equipment?
Yes,
or? Okay.
exactly. Physical equipment. And I mean, you see the chairs, but you don't actually look at them with the tail, and everyone. So those things, but that happens. In a way, we knew that could happen, and it's okay. It was not major things. The flow of the kitchen, it was, I guess, very different, the cuisine that they make and the cuisine that we do.
Was it Spanish?
It's Spanish, yes. So it was very different. So we have to reinvent, how to deal with that space. Come up with easy solutions and cheap solutions, which is another thing. You think that you have to invest tons of money in upfront and very expensive things. And I mean, it may work for some people, but at the end, it's not what you eat. And it doesn't tell you anything about it. I prefer a restaurant with some character and even not necessarily the most expensive things to make it real, You invest a lot of things in, in equipment and this very fancy equipment and this and that. And then at the end, it's like you could have done it with a little bit less money up front.
Yeah. So what was the character that this space had that attracted you to it?
The light is one. It has a lot of light. It's in a good area. A little bit not too. I mean, it can be seen, but not that much, which is a yes and no part of it. There's a lot of traffic essentially, and it gives us a good vibe, I guess.
Yeah, well, you said it's a good area. What makes it a space a good area?
I mean, the people who live. It's more a neighborhood area. And people dine out. We had a lot of customers coming from here, even to Oaxaca, to the first place, and then to Rainy. Yeah. And then they stopped coming because it was complicated to park and all those things.
Yeah. Well, you're, to paint a picture for our listeners, you're on South Lamar, which is about maybe 2 miles south from the heart of the city, right?
Yes.
The center of the city, maybe 2 miles from where Rainy Street was.
Yeah, maybe 3 miles, but yes.
But
yeah.
As a bird, as a crow flies,
yes.
Maybe 2.5 or whatever, 3 miles, give or take. So you're right on the edge, the metropolitan side
yes,
of things.
Right
you're
there.
Still in Austin, well in Austin,
right.
But on the edge of the city limits.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you say that, you kind of can only assume that this area, and you're seeing it happen right now, is being built up.
Yeah,
crazy.
Totally.
So are you ahead? Do you think you're a little ahead of the curve? Kind of like what's happening on the east side of Austin, where it's
right. Yeah.
And all those restaurants that were there are kind of seeing a spike in business now that people are moving in. Is that kind of what you were thinking?
Yeah, I mean, it's coming. I mean, across from us, there are there's that big area. They're gonna make a high rise. So it's happening here too.
Yeah.
But we're already on a building.
So was that kind of playing in the back of your mind though? That
I guess a little bit resonates.
Yeah.
There are many things that you may not think, but you're aware of.
Yes, people aren't going to want to drive. Into the city pretty soon because it's going to get harder and harder to get into the city.
Exactly. Either you work there or you stay there because of the we were in a beautiful location in Rainy in a way. And unfortunately, it becomes more bar thing than restaurants. But you have the convention center and two blocks away, major hotels, the fanciest hotels right there. So we had a great deal of customers from those areas.